First off, I just want to say that the Cavs have so far won 11 and 0 undefeated. These were the underdogs that were very underestimated, and they have won 11 and 0 on a winning streak. And thought for today or tonight. I guess it's about monopolies that developed due to necessity. And I don't want to make people angry or upset, but one of these monopolies is transport. Wherever you go in the country, you'll find a lot of taxis. And people spend if I was to be honest, getting from home to work and from work to home, people spend more money on cab fare than they would if they had their own car that they just fill up with a full tank. So the solution to that is obviously get your own car, which isn't easy. And the second solution is for our government to provide better public transport facilitations, which seems to be quite far-fetched, especially when you look at it on a when you look at the whole country as opposed to just looking at the city. And I'm not just talking about the city, I'm talking about the city and all of the towns of Namibia. So there is a monopoly on transportation which has been taken by taxi drivers, and I'm talking about the owners of most of the taxi drivers, because most people just drive taxis. As a matter of fact, there are lots of people who drive without their licenses. They don't have real licenses, but they drive taxis anyway to get an extra income, of course. This obviously makes the road a bit or very dangerous. And the fact that you have you're on the highway and someone just got their license yesterday, and it's a frightening experience for them. And these are the people that pointing out to others on how to drive. It's either the very new or the very old. Back to the topic of taxis. So taxis are the monopoly, and cheap transport, owned transport, is the one of the second things that come along with economic emancipation. You have your land, but you also need transportation. If you get a plot, it would be good if you can get the necessary things that you have from the hardware stores and the wholesalers, and build it and all those, and build your own facility using your own transport. We are a country of farmers. I don't know whether a lot of people have realized this or not. So that means bakkies should actually be the most owned vehicles in this country, because this is a country of farmers. The thing is that the dream of the farming nation has not been realized yet. It hasn't been realized yet because the priorities are slightly warped. Now, when you speak of transportation, ABC, you were talking about the middle class, but what about the grassroots? I see a lot of innovative ideas by a lot of Namibians. I've seen those bicycles that you see in China that have 3 wheels. At the back, they have a container like thing, almost like a carriage, where they put all of their things, their vegetables or whatever they have to sell at market. I think this is a very good idea to minimize transport cost. Instead of having a lot of transport cost, you can have this designed. And it's also a good idea for entrepreneurs, especially those who who work with their hands. Those from what are those institutions? Yeah, I'm sure someone knows those institutions. Vocational institutions. So they can weld together those kinds of bicycles. These are the same kind of bicycles that you see in the movies in China, where people are driving around. Sometimes they carry passengers, but this would be for the business-driven Namibian, and most of the business-driven Namibian that would benefit from such an endeavor would be the women that sell fruits, the women that sell sweets and vegetables and all sorts of things. They will benefit from such an from such an from such a thing, from such creativity, and the entrepreneurs would also benefit from such creativity by creating those type of bicycles that can actually carry a load, and a big load at the back, and they would be completely legal, of course. And if anything, you also save on fuel emission. It's 100% green, it's 100% eco-friendly. These are just some of the ideas that people could come up with, that people could establish, that people could put into practice. We have to look at what's missing and we look for solutions. I just came up with that right now, this very moment. So just imagine how much potential there is for all those people with great ideas out there, who can implement those ideas to help their economy, their communities, as well as their economies. The community economy. I think the community economy should rise. The president elects the ministers and all those. They are worried about the GDP. I think the value of communities is more valuable, than the GDP of the country. Because without that strong value of a community and different communities, society, you won't have a strong GDP that is spearheaded and championed by the people themselves. So people can impact the economy. It just takes a little bit of thinking outside of the box, and it's perfectly achievable. There's a freebie, there's an idea. I don't know if it's really good or not, but yeah, salute. Let's find other means. When they have hijacked the means, when they have put roadblocks, really, really high roadblocks, and gates and walls in front of our opportunities, then let's find other ways around. Then let's innovate. Let's be creative, and we can. We need to stop undermining ourselves as a country. Salute.